audio issues, and I had to sign in and sign out. So I hope that fixed it. Um, all right, people. Hey, can you hear me? I had audio problems. I had to sign in and sign out. I hope you can hear me. If you can, please answer. I had audio problems. I took off my waterproof thing, and hopefully you can hear me. Thank you, sir, for answering me back. Northern, let's go. Yes, sir. Hello, 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 mates. Same spot as yesterday. Yes, sir. It's a lot warmer out here today, and I think I'm going to get one today. I actually brought my big net here, so with two hands, I can reel them in and get the net and scoop them up. But the way I had a room about 5 minutes ago, and somehow I lost the audio. Leave it to me. I lose the audio, but I have a waterproof case I put on my phone too, so I thought it was a waterproof case. I took that off, and now I'm going bare. I have no backup if my phone disconnects from my chest mount. I don't want to drop in the water, so it's going to be that little risk. But it's a lovely morning out here in Rochester, Minnesota, and we're trying to get the common carp. I seen some come up. It's getting warmer. I got the water seasoned all with bread, with corn juice, with corn, with turmeric. Yes, sir. Turmeric is a secret recipe in Russia from the 20s and 30s. You mix it with cornmeal, 3-to-1 ratio, with a little bit of water, and you throw it out there, and the sensors in the carp lips sense that turmeric, and they usually come up into the water, except for when the water's colder, like it could be today. So, yeah, I got a cheap bag of that, but everybody, welcome back, welcome to the room. Good morning from Rochester, Minnesota. You're going for trout today. Good for you. So, what size trout do you get? I'm a big trout fisherman too. You might want to check out some of my videos, my short videos. I got 2,500 of them of trout fishing over the past 7 years. I've gotten the albino trout. I've gotten uh, 3-4 pound brook trout. I've gotten rainbows 4 to 5 pound. All sorts of, they retire their brooder stock from the hatchery in the pond that I fish. And I'm down there 3 or 4 days a week, married to that pond. And when they do that, I'm there. They don't announce when they're doing it. I'm just happen to be there. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Welcome. Please give me a like, give me a thumbs up, comment. I read your comments with the little magnifying glass. I am 62 years old, so my eyes aren't all stable there. But welcome to the room. I'm glad I got my audio back. I had a room, with a good amount of people, and we were all talking, and then they couldn't hear me for some odd reason. And I didn't touch the volume, so maybe it's a Bluetooth thing or something. I don't know. But that gets me disturbed when that happens. It's going to be a lovely day out here in Rochester, Minnesota. I almost said Arizona. Eh, oh, boy. I lived out in Arizona for 23 years, so I almost said Arizona. We're going to do this trout thing and see if trout thing, there we go. I'm really losing it. Carp thing and see if we get some carp out of here today. I got a mirror carp 2 days ago out of here. Okay, let's put another little piece of bread ski in there. Float some bread out there and see if we entice these fish out. Yeah, I see the last bread floating around out there. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope everybody's doing fine. Welcome to my room, my channel. I just recently got monetized. Not getting paid much. It's like $5 so far this month. But everybody welcome. I just love fishing and I love doing videos, so everybody's welcome. All inclusive fishing here. Sit back, kick back, drink your coffee, eat your eggs and bakey. And I'm going to get me a common carp today. They're not jumping as much today yet, but they will be. And then I'm going to start pulling them in. I'm on number 4 this week off a 2-odd hook, 2/0 hook with a leader. Believe it or not, I had a friend one time tell me you can't catch a carp off a leader. I got 4 so far this week. And I covered a corn with corn, a 2-odd hook. I'm doing old school. Yeah, we got enough stuff out there. I don't want to overfeed these guys. Once they wake up and start feeding, I'm going to be here. We got the 10-foot dial, Black Widow, and it's a bait runner. It's got a switch on the bottom, right there. When the carp grab that bait, they take the line and start running. That pole's not going anyplace until I engage that handle. Then the top drag takes effect. Plus, I got a metal pigtail. This is like a $200 setup. I do not want this going in the water. Oh, that was a nice one. Did you see that one jump out there? Yes, sir. Oh, boy. Thank you. My whole tone of my voice changes and my hair starts to stand up when I see the bigger ones. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is why I like the iPhone 14 or the iPhone setup instead of a GoPro. I can zoom in and out, have it on my chest, or take it in my hand and move it around. It's all about the angle. For me, it is. I got 2,500 short videos on my channel. If you look me up, and then I'm on number 70, episode number 74 today, live show that I do 2 to 3 hours. They're mostly on carp and trout fishing. That's trout fishing on the ice. I got albino, carp. I got northern. I got crappie. You name it. The only thing I don't have is like muskie. But it's a beautiful day out today, and I'm going to spend me a couple hours out here. If you don't have anything you're doing, you're just sitting back and want something to watch something, watch this beautiful day. There's not a cloud in the sky out in Rochester, Minnesota. We're at Cascade Lake. It's the stream comes in over here in this lake, and you've got a spillway, and then it comes down a second time, and then it filters out in the back. But all this little cove gets packed up with carp. There's carp all over here. And it's all rocky, so yeah, I have fun coming down here and catching carp. And there's one up front, real close. That was a small guy. He probably came up for a piece of that bread. All right, now I'm thinking I need to, with all that stuff, maybe I just need to come out close here. Cast it out close. We're going to cast around at different spots in this cove, and we're going to find them, like right there. There you go. That's good enough. Did I get caught on something? I think I did. Damn it. I got snagged on a log or something. Oh boy, come on, man. The unwanted snag. There we go. We got it out. Cool. All right, we'll recast that out there. I don't like getting the snag. Recast that out there. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope everybody's doing well. Okay, we got enough corn on there. I don't want to put it out too far though, because I did season the water up close, and those fish ought to be coming up close real soon. There we go. But there are turtles out there too that love, they just came out of hibernation, and they love eating that corn, so there is that. All right, there we go. Set it and forget it. Turtles do love eating that corn. Rand Diet Tapley, welcome to the room. All right, come on, let's get me a cup. All right, the wind's kicking out. We got a 5-6 mile per hour wind coming up. That's okay, we can handle it. Yeah, usually it's 12 mile per hour in Rochester, Minnesota here. Magoo, welcome. Oh, you're not staying? I was going to mod you. Hang loose, brother. Nice to see you again. Yes, sir. It's a beautiful day out here in Rochester, Minnesota. We got our big net today. I'm ready for the big 30-inch carp today. We're going to do a couple hours out here, maybe to 12:30. Now another hour and a half. We're going to see if we get at least a 2-3 pounder. Beautiful where we're at. Cascade Lake. This is a little spillway and a little cove here. This cove gets all packed up with carp though. You can just sit here for, an hour and you're going to see 5 to 10 jump all over the place. No, I didn't get any fish yet, but, it's not as cold as it was yesterday. They weren't feeding yesterday. You going to stick around or are you leaving? Magoo, are you going to go out fishing yourself? Yeah, we're still waiting. We're still waiting, but you got to have patience. Please, hello, good morning, like, subscribe, comment. I read your comments periodically while I'm standing here watching my poll. Well, what do I mod you then, Magoo, if you're going to stay here? Wait a minute. I pushed the wrong thing there, Magoo. No, I didn't get any fish yet. I think you still are a moderator. I don't even have to moderate you, right? Magoo, I don't have to moderate you. You already are one. I'd look to see if I make you moderator. And since I made you the other day moderator, I don't have to make you. I do got a learning curve on this. I'm new at this, the live shows at least. I did shorts for 7 years. Learned you make the money off the live shows instead of the shorts, really, basically. But good morning, everybody. This is an all-inclusive fishing channel. We welcome everybody here, no matter where you're from, who you are. Everybody's invited. Whoop! Looks like I turned this around now. There we go, back to the old way. Well, thank you, Rocky. Rocky Boomer. Hey, I guess you're my age. I'm a boomer too. I'm 62, Rocky Boomer. And I'm from Philadelphia like Rocky. Yo, hey, that's me. I forget the lady's name in Rocky, but yo. Thank you for subbing and liking, Rocky. I appreciate it, my friend. No, I never fished the Trout Days Festival contest. What's that all about? I don't think it's in Minnesota, is it? Rocky, Louisiana here. Welcome, Louisiana. Her name wasn't Hollywood. It was a real weird name, like Vivian. Yo, Vivian, or not Vivian, though. I'm talking about the 1976 Rocky movie. There's one that swirled around out there. I want to see him jumping out here. I want to see this pole bend today. We need one more fish. I got 4 so far this week, 4 carp. None of them were over 5 pounds, though. Welcome, everybody. Please like, subscribe, comment. That room's filling up. McGoo and I haven't gotten any fish yet. Oh, I pinned your message. Let's unpin it. Like I said, there's a learning curve going here. You push the wrong thing and boom, you learn what it is. Yeah, he really did play. He won an Academy Award for that movie, and he wrote the screenplay for it. Just never sold out the screenplay. That's what So was bragging about. Adrian, yes sir, that's the name. Yo, Adrian. Yeah, thank you, Patricia Mott. That's the name, Adrian. You win a prize for that. Preston. Oh, I've heard of it now, maybe, but I've never went down there in Preston, Minnesota, where the festival for the trout are. They kick out this big statue of the trout, and it isn't. I don't think it's about trout fishing. It's actually just about having a party, like a banquet, because Preston supposedly is known for trout and all of its streams. So they throw like a trout festival. Thank you, Rocky. You have yourself a wonderful day too. Check your rods, man. I hope I encourage you to go out and go fishing. My job is done then, Rocky. Thanks for showing up, mate. Go check your rods. Lock and load. I'm having fun talking to you guys. You know that? I really do enjoy this community, a fishing community. No, it's not. It's twisted a little. Yeah, you're right. I could. It's a 2-piece, so but it is twisted a little. Thank you for observing that. It is a 2-piece. It's a 2-piece, 10-foot Daiwa Black Widow, they call it. It's about 150 bucks, another $80 for the reel, Black Widow reel, which is a bait runner reel, where they take the bait and try to run with it. And you got 2 drags. You got a bottom drag and a top drag. You set the bottom tab drag down, and so the fish don't take your pole, steal your pole, because those carp are big fish. They can take your pole. I don't want this setup to go in the water. I've had poles go in the water before, but they were only $50 setups. So there is that. Little precautious measures. But thank you. Thank you for telling me. Rod's a little cocked there. Yes, thank you. Good luck to you. Have a nice day. Okay. Yeah, it was just twisted a little. I think I need to get out there further, and the bite isn't close up front here, so I'm going to cast out a little further. It's a nice sunny day. We got about 3-4 mile per hour wind, but I don't think the carp are traveling around yet. They will be. They will be, and I'll be ready for them. We're going old school here. Can of corn, some bread, old school. And what we're dealing with here today is just a 2-aught hook, and we pack it up with some corn kernels, old school. Yeah, they're about ready to fall, so I better put some on, some more new ones. And we'll pack up the 2-aught hook, which is a large hook for carp. I usually go with a 4, but I'm experimenting. You know what? I got 4 fish so far this week off this setup, this rig. I don't recommend everybody do this rig, because like I said, I'm experimenting. And I got 4, and they were small ones. That's what's so revealing. And this is a 2-aught hook. So it fit in their mouth, apparently. But I got a leader and a 2-ounce weight on, so I could get out there. And that's what I'm going to do now, is get out there. All right, let's get out there, huh? Oh, yeah. There we go. How was that cast? Doesn't it make you want to go out there and fish yourself? Yes, sir. It's a bright, sunny day. I'm getting my fisherman tan, and I'm chatting it up with everybody on YouTube, the fishing community. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I think I have a tendency to say I do have somewhat of a personality, and I will converse with all you people. I read your comments. You know what? At that edge where the current is, that's where you're going to they feed a lot of times. It's right by where that water's coming in right down there, and you'll catch them to the left or to the right, right over here. But also there's a hole all the way out in the middle, a drop off that they hang out in. And if you hit the right spot out in the middle, they're packed up in there. There's a school out there. I caught one, a mirror carp, the other day out straight out there. Once I hooked him, he panicked, and 2 other carp shot up and jumped out of the water like marlin. Simultaneous marlins, they jumped out of the water. That's how I know I hooked the fish. It scared the other ones, and they jumped out of the water. So yeah, then there's spots over here. There's a spot here, but right up front where I season the water, they usually come up here. But it's a little cold in the water this morning, so it might be an afternoon bite. Who knows? But everybody, welcome and thank you for all your comments. I do answer your comments while I fish, and that's what's so good about having that bait runner. And I don't have it set though. You set this, yeah, it's set. This button down here at the bottom. You set this so they don't take your pole. They'll take the line instead of the pole. The pole will just bend a little bit. 6-foot grass carp. Boy, what? Well, is that 6 or 7? Oh, it's got 6 or 7 grass carp. I'd go chase them, man. Just for kicks and shits and giggles, you know? Yeah, from Philly, you call it shits and giggles. Just for shits and giggles, I'd do it. Put an old crawler on there and get some grass carp. Why not? And then let them go. That sounds like fun, Brian. That sounds like fun. Yo, Adrian. All right, come on. We need a bouncer. It is a beautiful day out here in Rochester, Minnesota. I was in the room previously. I had a previous room, and I lost my audio. And people were kind enough to tell me, so if I lose my audio, please let me know. I'll sign in and sign back out. 100-pound braid. Oh my. Wow. They must have been some big grass carp. Hi. Yeah. Oh, okay. How you doing? I seen you on here. Okay, I got a. Somebody left a half loaf of bread here the other day. I put it in my bag. Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, yeah. You know, it's where you can almost walk across now. Yesterday it was very high and you couldn't. You know, I'm on number 4 out of here, and they're 3 or 4 pounds, a little under 5. But I got a mirror carp out of here 2 days ago. That was so cool. I've been here 10 years and never caught one. Yeah, yeah. What's your name? Travell. Nice to meet you, Bruce. Yeah. So, I think I have. Okay. Yeah, I'm usually married to Foster Aaron. Until the carp come here, then it's game on with carp. What are you targeting today, bass or? You got bait? You got worms or anything? Okay. Yeah, good luck to you. Thank you for watching, sir. Okay, I just met one of my fishing people that watch my show, and I'm glad he came up and introduced himself. Welcome back, Northern. I lost the audio on the last show. I had to sign in and sign back out. Sorry about that. So I took my waterproof case off my phone. I'm going bare. I hope I don't lose this phone in the water. Yeah, it's going to short circuit if I do. Usually I have a waterproof case on. All right, when are these carp going to start biting? Well, he came down and he brought a couple pieces of honey wheat bread. That's what he must use for carp. We're going to put them in the bag so they don't dry out. Honey wheat bread, and we got a half a loaf of bread. We got corn. We got turmeric. We got everything today. Everything. We got night crawlers. Now I need these carp to cooperate. But yeah, Brand, boy, broke 100-pound braid. That must have been. Well, I've had a carp break 20-pound test when it jumped out of the water like a marlin from about 30 yards away. It jumped out and snapped my 20-pound test, and that's the highest test I've ever used is 20. And it's just amazing, when he got in the low water, he shot up out of the water like a missile and broke 20-pound test. 100-pound, boy, that's just hair raising. They were here yesterday, and one of the kids, I think his name's Brandon, he got a red horse out of here off of ultralight, which was kind of fun watching him pull that on an off ultralight. I haven't seen anybody pull any bass out of here yet. I guess the water's got to warm up a little. I was out here yesterday, and it was cold as hell. Okay. Yeah, it could be. The red horse is going to have a tip fin, but they'll take that worm night crawler. It'll give you a good fight. How's everybody doing this morning? Good morning from Rochester, Minnesota. Welcome to my room. Home of the Mayo Hospital. The world-renowned Mayo Hospital is in this town. And we're fishing for common carp today. We are number 4 this week so far. Let me tighten this line up a little. All right, nice and tight. How's everybody doing this morning? Yesterday was 32 degrees, 34 degrees. I figured I'd give it another swing today for a couple hours. We're going to see what we get. Hopefully, I at least get one or two. Not asking for much, huh? I'd like a 30-inch or two, please. I'm not asking for much, right? I've caught in 30 inches out here. Which is it? Boy, what a fight they are out of here. This little cove pond. We got about a 4 or 5 mile per hour wind from the north. Hopefully, it's going to push all the fish up my way. But the water's probably still a little chilly. They're not jumping all around. Biggest brand, the biggest I've caught in is 36-inch common carp. And I caught one last year, and I caught one the year before. And I only got a 28-inch net. So how do you fit a 36-inch fish in a 28-inch net? Let me tell you, very carefully. you you put the net, put his nose in first, and then you got a fishtail that's flapping in and out of the net. It's fun. And then releasing him, it's opposite. You got to pull the net away from his nose and get him to finagle him out of the net. And I got a broom handle on this for leverage. When they get that big, they're 36 inches, 25-pound fish. So that's not to sneeze at. The girth on those fish is just amazing. The girth on the 36-inch common carp. Thank you for the question. The question now is, how big of a carp have you ever caught? Or maybe you don't even go carp fishing. You know, maybe some other fish, whatever it may be. How big is your biggest fish? And what's your fish candy? You know what fish candy is? Fish candy is your favorite fish to eat, whether you catch it in your vicinity or even in the supermarket. What's your fish candy? That's a term I use for the sweetest or the most delicious fish you eat. I like halibut, but I'm not in Alaska, so I can't catch halibut. I like tasting the cold white flesh, like in walleye, like in cod. And then I'm also a fan of steelhead and salmon, coho salmon, brown trout, and brook trout. Other than that, I might eat a crappie taco every now and then. I do love to do videos and I do love to entertain. So please, if you like what you're hearing, you like what you're seeing, please like, subscribe, or give me a thumbs up at least. Thank you, sir, ma'ams. I'm waiting for this pole to bend. I've seen a couple jump out, but that water's still got to be a little bit cold. By next week, we're looking at the 70s, so that water's going to warm up by next week. And then it's going to be game on. There's a jumper out there. You see that jumper out there? Then it's going to be game on, man. I had a lot of small ones in here. The big ones are hanging out here by the tree back there. That's where the big ones are. I've been tempted to bring some tree cutters and go out there and weed it and find me a comfortable spot to fish for the big carp out there, but I don't see how I'm going to land them out there unless I got my big net. It's going to be a little difficult to land them. Okay, come on, Paul. I'm due for a bend. Very tranquil place I'm fishing here today. We're on the north side of Cascade Lake. I call it the spillway. Waters might be a little chilly for now, but this little cove here gets packed up with carp, tons of carp. And my friend was fishing down here the one time, and he said they were jumping up over these concrete barriers like during the spawn. So you get carp that want to go up in the top part, and further down, about half a mile, I seen where they spawn. It's in running water by a running water part, and it had, they usually spawn by the edges of the river or the lake. But it is a cloudless, beautiful day out here in Rochester, Minnesota. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, 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 mate. Welcome to the room, the channel. Please like, subscribe if you do. You like what you see, and I'll tell you what, I'm not pulling them in left and right today, but I will be later on next week, at the very least, or this weekend, if I get up here on Sunday. It's usually crowded up here with kids when I come up here on Sundays, so, which I don't mind. I'll fish with anybody. I'll fish with a skunk if a skunk showed up. Your fish candy is walleye. Well, good for you, man. You can just taste that coldness in its flesh. It's so delicate and a sweet fish. You're right. 34 inches. Largest carp I have gotten is around 34 inches. I was very young and stripped the guts out of it. Oh, man. I hope you put it in your garden at least, and just instead of throwing it inside. I don't like it when people just kill for the sake of killing, you know, thinking they're invasive fish. But congrats on the 34 inches. I mean, mine's just 36, so you're right behind me. A 51-pound flathead you got, Brand. Oh, man, that is one of my dreams, getting a big flathead like that. You must have had a nice rod and some high test to get a 51-pound flathead. Yes, I'm telling you, that's probably in the 40-inch range. Where are you at? By the Mississippi or Missouri, Minnesota River? You must be right by a river to get a fish, a beast of such proportions. Come on, give me one at least. I'll take that 30-inch one fish. I got my net today, so I'm ready for a big fish. Well, I think I'll do maybe another hour out here. We'll see what happens. It's going to start getting warmer and warmer day and night in Minnesota now. We're tipping at 30 degrees during the night, but I think it's going to jump up by next week. And there's another. This water will just warm up a little. Those carp will feed a lot more when the water warms up. They don't feed as often when, the water's too cold. But they're swirling all around out there, I'll tell you that. I know they're there. You're in Kentucky. Okay, so what river are you fishing at in Kentucky then? Welcome, Kentucky. Shout out. Welcome to the room, Ray. You're new to fishing. Dirty medium flow river. Any tips for bait or lure to catch something? Oh boy. If the flow's not that much, it sounds like great catfish place or a carp or and if you're down, south there, you get those blue cats down there. I would do, a good if the flow isn't that bad, a 1 ounce, or something like that weight with something off the bottom, put either a dead fish or some sort of catfish bait on and see what you get out of there. You get a circle hook or anything above a 2-aught hook. My biggest tip is, watch watch on YouTube what people are doing fishing, and watch the fishermen next to you what they're doing. Be open minded. Try different things. When you ain't catching something, switch it up. Best advice I can give you there. Great, and patience. Have some patience. You gotta have a lot of patience when you're fishing because even the best come sometimes empty-handed. Not more than sometimes. Even the best, 30% of the time, they're not catching anything. But you're catching eye full nature, and you're out in the wilderness. It's better than sitting on the couch on your computer. I'll tell you that. Cumberland, Kentucky, welcome. Okay, we're gonna throw a little bit more kernels of corn out there. I got 2 cans of corn. Season the water a little. They're gonna wake up eventually. I think they are. Just a little handful. And the turtles are coming out of hibernation too. They love eating the corn too. Sometimes you gotta feed the turtle before you get to the carp. Welcome everybody. Please like, subscribe, thumbs up, comment. Yeah, try that out. Off the bottom, maybe with chicken livers or even just a hunk of hot dog. Catfish will eat anything. You kidding me? If you get a sucker minnow, that's probably more preferable. But then you got to pay money for those sucker minnows unless you get a small hook and you go after them yourself. With the low flow river like you're talking about, Ray, they probably got little suckers down there too. Get one of those suckers, cut them up, put them on a big 2-odd hook or bigger, throw a 1 ounce weight on. If that 1 ounce weight starts flowing down the river, put a 2 ounce. But then you're going to need heavier line and a heavier rod to accommodate that 2 ounce. Emilio, hello, 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 mate. Yeah, watch. The main thing is figuring out the current. That's right. Pushing food to certain areas. The fish are going to be feeding right on the end of the current. Left or the right end of the current, they're going to be feeding off of. A small dam. Just fish right below that dam, then. If you could get access to it. They're a little hard to pull them up sometimes, mattering how high that dam is. If it's a small dam, I would be fishing right below that dam, not exactly against it, a little farther, because that's probably one of the deepest parts, and that's where the catfish is waiting for food right there too. Okay, I'm ready for a fish now. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, and bite me, baby. Can't you see that I am not afraid? Jim Morrison sings the fishing blues. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the room. Welcome to the channel. Everybody's invited. Everybody jump in the pool. No, not yet. The water's still a little cold, Northern. I'm seeing them out there, but I'm not seeing a lot of them jumping out there. It may be an afternoon bite. I came down here about an hour ago. Yeah, I'm gonna stay one more hour. But the warmer it gets, the water's going to get warmer and warmer. It's only going to get better and better at the spot. It's a beautiful spot, so I enjoy the tranquility of coming here. And I've gotten 4 so far this week. Fresh head and peace, yeah, that's the way to go. The head with the gills. It's money for catfish. You're damn skippy. That's right. It is money for catfish. See, you got it halfway figured out yourself. I was fishing below a dam about a week ago, 2 weeks ago maybe, and my shorts short videos. You can check it out. I was with a friend and he got a 24, a 25, a 26, and a 27-inch channel cat. They were all pretty big beasts, 4 to 5 pound each. And that was right below the dam, right in the hole, right below the dam there. They were all in the one hole. Got them all within like a half hour. So that's fishing. You might sit around for hours, an hour, 45 minutes, not get anything, start getting distracted, then boom, your rod bends when you're not looking. So you always got to be alert and be attentive of your rod, unless you got a little rod holder down there like that, so your rod don't get cast in the water. Your fish doesn't steal your equipment and your jewelry. But good day to everybody. How's everybody doing? Where you from? Where you from? Welcome to the channel. Everybody's welcome. We're fishing today for common carp in Rochester, Minnesota, at Cascade Lake, the northern part of the spillway. And we're fishing for common carp. I've got 4 so far this week. But most of them I have on my short videos. I did a video yesterday, and I got skunked. Yes, you get skunked every now and then, more than every now and then, maybe 30% of the time at least. But it's a beautiful day out here, and nature. We saw a white crane out there this morning on the previous video, a white crane, and nature at its finest. I'm waiting to see some deer maybe pass back there, but I'm waiting for a carp to take my line too, please. And I think I'll go home for lunch and have a cod sandwich. Yeah, if I don't get a bite, I'm going to go home and bite. And I think fish is on the menu. Welcome, 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 everybody. Say hello, 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 mate. Say hello. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, please. What's up, bro? Jeffrey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, mate. Hey, the dirtier the water, it's amazing. But carp have sensors on their lip that can measure something in the water at 1 billionth of a part in the water. So that's how carp know where the food is. Catfish have the tentacles, and there are sensors in there where they can sense what's in the water. And they follow the chemical trail to whatever the bait is. And that's just something that's just amazing. It's nature at its finest. So, like if you're using chicken liver, keep the blood. Throw a blood trail in there. If you're using corn for carp, keep the water that's in the can of carp. Pour that in. It's syrupy and it's sweet and it lures the fish to you. It leaves a water trail with the flow. I mean, things like that you got to use instead of discarding. Okay, come on. This is warming up out here. We're going to need a hit now. Jeffrey Green, welcome to the channel. We're fishing for common carp out here in Rochester, Minnesota. And we got somebody from Italy here. We had Italy today. We got France. We got Kentucky. We got people from all over. Yesterday was Ontario, Canada. I love it when people yell out where they're from. It makes me feel good. I'm conversing with people from all over the world. I guess, fishermen, the algorithm for fishermen, if you're looking up fishing stuff, you're getting my channel, my live feed, or any other fisherman's live feed. I hope I'm a little bit more entertaining than some of the other people. I do talk a lot, so if you feel to tell me to shut up, then please do. Yeah, I like to kid around and keep whimsical humor about the channel too. I mean, you got to have fun while you're fishing, right? You got to have fun. Yeah, below the dam, I think, Brand, I think below the dam is better than above. Me too. We got a big old dam out here, and it's below Lake Zumbro, and it's a premium fishing below the dam, but it's costly because some guy owns it, and he charges people to camp there, and it's $30 to fish per day for 48 hours, unless you're a vet or if you bring your child, then it's free. But there you catch muskie, there you catch northern, I've gotten a 24-inch walleye down there. My friend got within a half hour 4 channel cats of 24-inch and above, and that was just 2 weeks ago. If you look at my video shorts, you'll see them. It's gangbusters. But some days there's nothing. It matters all temperature of the water too. You got to keep that in mind. You know, not all the fish are cold water fish. So if the water temperature is real cold, the fish aren't feeding as often. You know, and cold water fish would include perch, walleye, trout, and then when the summer months start ebbing on, then the water gets warmer, and then you're going to get red horse, you're going to get carp, you're going to get bluegill, you're going to get crappie. You know, it's all about the temperature of the water. Cold water fish and warm water fish, and being in the right place at the right time, and always remember what a difference a day makes, mate. Pilgrim. What a difference a day makes, Pilgrim. One day you'd be out there, not even get a bite, and the next day, boom, it's gangbangers, game on, showtime. And when you have those good days where you catch 4 or 5 or 10 fish, it's always hard to replicate it the next day. You're there a couple days after you go there with the expectations in the same way you were the couple days ago. You caught 10 fish or 15 fish. It's hard to replicate, let me tell you. How's everybody doing today? Hey, people from, tell me where you're from. We're getting people from all over the world. I love it. We had France, we had UK today, Ontario, Canada yesterday. Man, these buggers just aren't feeding. Well, what time we got? We got almost 12 o'clock. I'm going to have to put a requirement. Okay, Brand, here's my new go-to bait instead of oatmeal. Oatmeal is a good bait, you're right. But what I do, I learned on YouTube, when you take a bag, you put a tablespoon of turmeric, 3 tablespoons of cornmeal in a bag, you mix it and add water so it becomes like a doughy bait. You take a pinch off this, you throw it in the water, and I call it a turmeric bomb. You get your fingers all yellow though. Supposedly carp can sense turmeric in the water. It gives off a chemical compound that brings the carp in. So I take a pinch out like this, I throw it in the water, and boom, see the yellow explosion out there? It's exploding all over in the water, so it gets microscopic. And with the flow going away from me, those carp out there are going to sense that, and hopefully that brings them in. But it usually, sometimes it doesn't work when the water's cold. But there's a chemical reaction, drives them in with the turmeric. But it just, at least your finger's a little yellow. So there's that, you know. But if it starts catching me carp, I'll be happy. I'll use anything. We got some bread floating around out there, as you can see. So something ought to be bringing these fish in, unless it's really cold water and they don't want to come into Connecticut. Welcome. Welcome, Matt from Connecticut. How the hell are you, mate? No, today I'm not fishing for trout, Matt. I usually am. I'm usually married to my trout pond because they stock 600 to 1,000 every 2 weeks. But I'm a seasonal fisherman, and the season's starting to open up. It's starting to get a little warmer out here in Rochester, Minnesota. And the carp are showing up. I've gotten 4 carp out of this little pond here, this little cove. And I got a mirror carp out of here the 2 days ago, too, which is a first for me. It was only like a 3-pound mirror carp, but it was a beautiful fish. Pretty. Check it out on my live short feeds. Not my live, my short feeds. Pretty fish. And I'm hoping to get one common carp at least today. I think I might have, well, the battery's getting a little low on my iPhone, so I might only have about a half hour left on this iPhone. And then my next time I'll go live out here, I'll come maybe Sunday. If I get out early, I'll try to, but the water's got to warm up a little. I really seasoned that water a lot today, and I'm not seeing these carp jumping around. They're all packed up back here, but they ought to be jumping in and out of the water. Okeechobee, Florida, dropping in. Welcome, SWC, Florida. Okeechobee, that's the way we say it. Okeechobee, Florida. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, 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 mate. Yeah, we're doing a little carp fishing today. I got my first mirror carp this week. 10 years I fished for carp out here in Rochester, Minnesota. Never got a mirror carp. I did a couple days ago. Which is a rarer carp. It's actually a gene deficiency in the carp that instead of having like half-inch scales all on the side of it, midstream of the fish, it has 3 to 4 inch scales, maybe 5 or 10 of them, and it gives off like a mirror appearance. So they call it a mirror carp, but it's got pretty red fins and everything else. Go check it out on my short videos. It's a beautiful day out here, but I just kind of wish I nailed it. Thank you. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. So we're out in Florida. It is Okeechobee. Okeechobee. That's a tongue twister. Okeechobee. That's a little tongue twister, I'll tell you that. Sounds like an Indian name. Is that north, south, down by Tampa Bay? I think it's in the middle, maybe. It's not one of those beachfront towns, I'll tell you that. It's in the middle. I would say with a name like that, it's probably closer to the swamps. There's a bald eagle up there flying around. You see it? Yeah, we get bald eagles left and right out here. We get ospreys too. A wild wildlife out here in Rochester, Minnesota. That wind's making it a little chilly. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna give this about another half hour, maybe 45 minutes, where my battery's almost dead. I've been here about 2 hours, I think, and I may have to take another swing at it another day. We got about an hour going on here already. Let's see if I can charge this battery a little. You got this charger you slap on the back. I got to slap it on, try to. Yeah, it's charging, but I got to hold it. So if I get a fish, I'm going to have to throw it to the ground and just make do. we'll get a little bit more of a half-hour charge out of this. We'll get more time on the phone so my battery don't die. And I gotta kicks me off the show then. You have blue heron there, huh, Matt? You know, one of my favorite dinosaur fish, the fish for, believe it or not, there's a good question for all you people that are in the room or in the channel. What's your favorite dinosaur fish? All right? One of my favorite dinosaur fish is a bowfin. They call them a dogfish or a bowfin. They're streamlined. They have no fins. They have fins on the upper part and the lower part, a connecting fin, but they pull and fight extremely well. They're a sport fish, definitely. You don't want to eat these things. They taste like mud, but boy, can they give a hair-raising fight. And my second one would probably be a sturgeon. I've only got a 2-foot sturgeon in my life. I'd like to get a 4 or 5-foot sturgeon and or a flathead. Oh, the bird. I had a white herring uh, show up on the sandy shore right over there. It only lasted there for about 30 seconds. It took off, which was, I've never seen a white herring or a crane, it was, one or the other. We get a lot of those blue herons out here in Rochester, Minnesota. Every now and then I had one laying on the dock, and I had my grandson throw him a bluegill, and I called him Harry. We got to know him so well, always feeding him bluegills. I probably could have took him off my taxes as a dependent. I called him Harry the Handout. Yeah. Gotta have fun when you're fishing. Definitely a sturgeon, yeah. Do you get bowfin down there? You're from Connecticut, Matt. Do you get bowfin, right? Come on, at least try to steal my bait, man. Yeah, it's getting a little frustrating with this colder temperatures. They just don't feed as often. Sorry. The next couple days, my wife's off, so I got to spend time with her instead of fishing. I fish. I do these shows 2 or 3 a week. I haven't been. I've just been doing shorts recently, and so I said, let me get back to live shows, talking with all the fishermen out there all over the world. And you know, I may not be catching anything, but it's really nice conversing with you guys. They will be your best friend. I guess you're talking about the blue heron. Yes, they will. It's funny, they swallow those bluegills backwards so they don't get pricked by or a certain way they swallow them. They'll pick them up and toss them around, and they know exactly how to swallow them without getting their throat pricked. No bowfin down there, huh? In Connecticut. Well, you got other things. I mean, boy, Connecticut, you're out there by Boston. I mean, they're catching tunas and stuff like that seasonally by saltwater fishing. You do any saltwater fishing there, Matt? That's probably the best fishing, saltwater fishing. I love ice fishing personally myself, and it gets cold enough up here in Minnesota because I lived in 2 states previously that didn't have ice fishing in Philadelphia and Phoenix, Arizona. That it is. Behead. First, spines. They don't get the spines caught in their throat. Right down the gullet. Yeah, I'm getting ready to put some cod down my gullet. About half hour, 45 minutes. I don't see any carp out of my bowl. I have to recast, but I'm not even jumping out of the water now. Haddock. You like haddock? Halibut. Here's my fish candy. But it's $25 a pound, probably 30 now. That's an Alaskan fish. I'd love to go out and catch one of those halibuts. Lake of the Woods still has ice on it, huh, Magoo? Whoa. I wouldn't trust it, but I believe you. Yeah, ice safety is, I always say, is a fish really worth it to fall in? And there was last year, I went in twice. I went in once saving a lady, and another time, late ice. All the signs were there, the runoff from the hill, coming up, ebbing out the ice underneath the water. Next thing I know, my elbows were on the ice. And some guy was going to come try to save me. I said, don't come near me, because you're only going to end up in. You never, when somebody goes through the ice, never think you're going to walk over there and pull them out. You're going to end right up in the lake, too. But I love my ice fishing. If you go back I'm on episode number 73 or 74 today. If you go all the way back, maybe 25, 20, you're going to see me ice fishing. And I pull up a lot of rainbow trout ice fishing. That's what I target. And then I do northern too. So, yeah, but it's fun. I bear the elements. I don't do a tent. I don't do a heater. I go out in the elements and fish for ice fish. I I do believe I like it more than open water fishing. Because when, like right now, I can't find the fish, I can walk out in the ice and find the fish. I can walk on hard water and find the fish. That's why I like it better than open water. Open water, if you got a boat, sure, you can go out and travel and find a fish. But when it's hard water, ice, you can just, there's one jumping out there. They're all the way out there. You see that one that jumped? I'm charging my phone, so the battery, oh, it's almost in red now. I need to get it up in green. I'm getting red. Come on, start charging. Yep, we're getting a little red. We got to charge this phone up. Yeah, it's just supposed to be charging now. Yeah, I never been to Lake of the Woods. That's on my to-do list. Maybe when wife and me are retired, we could travel up there. I do like the Duluth area, Lake Superior. Anytime I go up Lake Superior, I bring a cooler and get about 50 whitefish fillets. That's a cheap man's walleye. White fillets. Whitefish, should I say. So you, Magoo, you from up there? Up from Lake of the Woods? Lucky you, man, if you are, or if it's in the close vicinity. Come on, bounce me. Come on. Millslack Lake, beautiful place. Yes, sir. That's where all those walleye are, Millslack. Now they put a limit on that Millslack, huh? Have you ever fished out there? Ice fished, or you're not into ice fishing? Millslack. Yeah, battery's getting a little weak. I may have to sign out soon, and before the battery just dies. You ice fish, Magoo? Yeah, cool. I love me ice fishing, mate. I'd love to be up by that Millslack, though, or I'd love to go on Superior and pull out one of those beastly lake trout. You know, those videos, boy, I just love watching those videos on YouTube. Them pulling out those big lake trout out off the ice. Well, this battery, I hope is going to start charging. Maybe the battery, no, the battery can't be low. I charged it already this morning. Well, even if I have to sign out, what I'll do is recharge my battery, and then maybe I'll stay here another half hour, and I will do short videos. Please, people, check out the short videos I've done, what I caught this week, what I caught within the past couple weeks. I got 2,500 short videos on my channel, and I got 74 live shows. I just started doing live shows, but I do them 2 to 3 times a week. So some people only got like 10 or 12 live shows yearly. If you count that 3 days a week, 52 weeks a year, that's 150 I'm going to have for a year. I like the live shows. You can converse with everybody from all over the world, the country. I kind of like that, and I do talk, very talkative, but a funny, humorous way. I do like having fun while I'm fishing. And that net down there, I hope that net sees some action today. That big old fishing net, 28-inch net. I've gotten 36-inch fish in that 28-inch net. That's a challenge. You got to get them by the nose. I've never caught in a lake trout, my friend, because they're out of my vicinity. You got to go all the way north, Minnesota. I'm in the southeast down here. It is a trout haven. Trout all over in the streams, the brooks, every place. But yeah, out of my grasp. I'd have to do a 4 or 5 hour drive upstate, and then I'm still going blindfolded. I don't know where to actually go to get the lake trout. They're good eating too, those lake trout. Yes, sir. Well, I think I'm going to hurry up and recast this. Make sure I still got corn on there. We'll try a different spot in this little pond here. See if we find them. Maybe I'll go out a little further. Let me get this battery off the back of the phone. And we'll start reeling in and cast her back out again. The way I'm seeing it, they're not biting, so I got to bite. I got to go home and get me a cod sandwich or something for lunch. Like I said, I don't get anything today. I'll be back here. And then I'll get back to my trout pond too. So we'll be fishing carp and trout. Yeah, there's plenty of corn on there. We'll be fishing both. Let's get our cast out there, huh? We fish the carp and the trout, whatever's biting. Let's see if we find one right there. Put it in the pole holder so they don't steal my pole, my black widow. Iowa black widow. That's what the setup is. I like the backbone in the pole. You can control the carp when they try to take you to the weeds or the log, underwater log. You can control the carp instead of them controlling you. Come on, give me a bite. Okay, let's get that battery pack back on there. Charge this up, or otherwise my phone's going to go dead. Yeah, it's supposedly charging. I don't think it's charging quick enough, though. Down to 19% battery. Yeah, we'll give it another 25 minutes. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'll be back here, though. It's all about the water temperatures, though. The carp don't feed as heavy when the water temperatures are a little too cold. And that's what I think's going on today. So you got to bite the bullet. You take your eye full of nature. You got out of the house instead of sitting on the couch all day. And you call it well done, you know. You got your exercise in. It's like a 2 mile walk for me to get to this place. Got my exercise in, check. Got my nature in, check. The only box I didn't check was the fish box. I didn't get a fish. But there's always another day. What a difference a day makes. I love to say that saying. What a difference a day makes. And that's having the patience of a fisherman. You got to have the patience. But my bread's still floating around out there. No fish came up and taken it. So those carp are running low. And they're in some warm spot out there. Not traveling too much. And that was another jumper out there, but it's all the way out by that tree there, right in that vicinity, right out there. That's where it's jumping. That's where the big girls are at. I seen them jump out there. I should be fishing over there by that tree, but there's too much foliage out there. Get my line all caught up on the tree, and then I'll be pulling my hair out of my head. How's everybody doing today? Where you from? Say hello. Cody, welcome. Peach Power Bait is a secret bait. Oh, I never tried that. Where do you get the peach? Peach does Berkeley make the power bait? That's what I'm familiar is Trout Peach Power Bait. I've never seen peach, but maybe you mean just red. I use red Berkeley's Power Bait sometimes for trout. Is it flavor or scented peach? But welcome to the channel, Cody. Cody Brown, welcome. Where are you from, Cody Brown? And what are you fishing? What's your favorite fish candy? Your favorite fish to eat? Maybe you just don't like eating fish. Maybe you just like catching them. Okay, it is charging. I'm at 20%. Yeah, maybe we got a half hour left on us. The phone is charging. Okay, where are we at? Where did I get into this? YouTube, there we go. There we go. I'm back to I got a little lost on my screens there. Too many screens on these Smartphones are a little too smart for my likings. How's everybody doing today? Where are you from? Welcome to the room, the channel. We're in Rochester, Minnesota at Cascade Lake, the north part of the spillway. Very tranquil, beautiful place to go fishing. Water's a little chilly. It's just not, there's not a crazy bite, but we're seeing the fish. Just not a crazy bite, but it's beautiful being out here in nature. Getting a whole big natural eye full. We're checking that box. We get off the couch, check. We've been out here for about 2 hours. I'm going to give it about 20 more minutes. And that'll be 100 minutes I was out here. But we haven't had a bounce on the pole yet. Plenty of common carp all over in this little cove here. They just aren't biting. They're not feeding. I think the water temperatures might be a little too cold for them to be feeding. At least as heavy as they usually do. But there sure are a lot in here. It's going to warm up later on this week, beginning of next week. We will be back here. We will be fishing rainbow trout at Foster Ahrens Pond Park. And they stock 600 to 1,000 every 2 weeks. So we'll go back here and visit there too. And maybe we'll do a live show there. And I do my shorts too, my short videos. So check them out. Please like, subscribe, comment. I read your comments with my magnifying glass. Joshua, welcome to the channel. I am fishing for common carp. We're all packed up back here. All of them back here. I've been watching them jump for the past couple hours, but I got the water all seasoned with bread, with corn, with turmeric, and you know what? They just aren't biting. There's going to be days like that where they're not biting. I think it's because the water's too cold for them. Still a little too chilly, but it's going to warm up later on this week. Maybe in a couple days. It's going to reach 70 by the weekend, Monday. They will be feeding heavy then. What do you like fishing there, Joshua? What do you like chasing? Yeah, we're fishing for the common carp. I got a mirror carp the other day, 2 days ago. That was my first in 10 years ever getting a mirror carp. Pretty fish. Right now, it's this season. I usually fish crappie. I'll fish rainbow trout and I'll fish carp. Whoa, wait a minute. We're getting a little bite here? Come on, nibble. That could be the turtle out there. The turtles are coming out of hibernation too. They love corn. Come on, I want to see that bend. I had just a slight little nibble, which says to me it's probably a turtle out there, but we'll see. It could have been a carp hitting the line, his tail or something, until he finds that corn. I got a battery charger on the back of the phone, and if that pole starts to bend, I'm just going to throw it to the ground, and we're going to get a carp in here. I'm not going to worry about the battery charger, but I don't want to lose my phone in the water. Yeah, we're going to give it about 15 more minutes, guys. I'm running just a little shy on my battery. And the bite isn't really ferocious. So, you know, on these cold water mornings, I do believe probably the afternoon bite is a little better. You know, it takes a while for that water to warm up and there's carp to travel around. A carp isn't really a cold water fish, it's a warm water fish. And there's two types of fish, warm water and cold water. Carp is a warm water. But look at the beautiful nature out here, huh? Very tranquil. Very peaceful coming down here. Get an eyeball of nature. There was a white crane in the mud over there that landed. I've never seen one of them. He was there for about half a minute and picked up and took off once I started talking, of course. Yo, Adrian. Yeah, good old Rocky. Rod gave it a good effort here. Some days you just get out there and the fish just ain't biting. Other days they're biting left and right. I got 4 so far this week. 2 days down here and 2 apiece. And I was fishing with 2 younger gentlemen. They each got 2. So we got 6 all between us, which was a good day. So I recorded all of them on my short videos. If you want to check them out, you'll see what this place is really like when it's hopping. Please, I implore you to check out those videos. They're fun when you see a 10-year-old catching carp, a couple pound, 5-pound carp. It's fun to watch those little kids catching carp. You're embellishing memories they'll never forget. I'll tell you that. That's why I like carp fishing. It makes me feel young. It's going back to the days when I was only 10 to 15 years old, had all the time in the world, and just going out fishing carp. It brings my youth back, my youth. Or like the Cousin Vinny movie, my youth. Brings my youth back. Lucian, welcome. Sweet corn and worms on the top. It's very good bite. Dead bites and live bites. But the water's a little cold. That's going to dictate whether they're feeding or not. Look, I got all sorts of bread out there. I got corn. I got everything out there. And they're just not showing up to the party. It's sort of like throwing a party and nobody shows up. Right? But yeah, that would work. And thank you for your advice too, Lucian. Where are you from, Lucian? Lucian. That's the way you pronounce it. There's no H in that. It's Lucian. Where are you from, Lucian? There we go. We got another swirl out there that's just not coming in. I'm out there about in the middle, so if they're going to find me, they're going to find me. If not, oh well. They ain't going to bite. I'm going to bite. I'm going to go home and do lunch. I'm going to do me a cod sandwich. Yes, sir. Garlic encrusted cod sandwich. Any luck over there? Any bites? Okay, that's still, it's something. My friend over there, Travis, right? Or Trevor. Okay, well, he's getting bluegills over here. At least you know something's biting. Carp aren't biting, but I'm not fishing for bluegills, so yeah. I mean, anything off of worms, good day. Okay, we got some comments here. Romania. All right, welcome to the channel, Romania. Welcome, 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 mate. Oh man, you're probably the far. It's in Europe, I know. Yes, sir. Welcome, welcome. There's a place I never had somebody from yet. Romania. Good to hear from you. What do you like to fish at while you're out there in Romania? Are you fishing carp? I'm sure you are. We're fishing for common carp right here today, and we do trout. And we've been doing. I should take a visit down to the crappie pond and maybe get some crappie for some crappie tacos. Well, thank you for showing up, Lucian. But I think in 10 minutes I might sign out. My battery's getting low, and I've been out here for about 2 hours. I'll come back and take another swing another day instead of sticking around here all afternoon, waiting for the water to warm up. There's some yellow finches flying by. Hello from Hungary Budapest. Welcome. Welcome to the show. We got Budapest. We got Romania. We're getting all over the world now. Okay, I'm going to give it another 10 minutes. Please like, subscribe, guys. I love you Europeans. Makes me feel good that I'm conversing with fishermen from all over the world. That makes me feel real good. We all have something in common. What size carp are you catching out there in Hungary or Romania? Give me an idea of your biggest carp you ever, the length and size of the biggest ones you have ever caught, please. Mine's is 36-inch, 25 pound. What are you pulling in? Yeah, I'm going to give it 8 more minutes, guys. I need some cod swimming around in my belly today for lunch. We'll get a Parmesan and garlic encrusted cod sandwich. Maybe some tater tots or french fries. Sure sounding good. 44 keglet for one. Yes. No. But that's exactly the size I usually catch. There you go. My friend got a little bass in the hat. It'll fit right in your hat, you know? That's the size I usually get. Congrats, man. Congrats. You might not want to stink up your hat, though. Good job. Thank you for coming over and showing me. Well, we know the bass are moving up now, though, huh? And that's a warm water fish, so they're starting to move up. Thank you again. Yes, sir. That was like a 7, 8 inch bass. It's not the biggest, but it's something. So you're getting giant carp out there, huh? Esteban, welcome. I love you guys too. We just got a bad president, that's all. Please don't judge us by our president. Love from Europe. I love you. Lucian, love you, guy. Oh, how big is, how often size you getting? Out there in Europe, you got to be getting some big carp. Do you guys actually eat them or do you catch them and let them go like I do? We had one jump by that big tree again. They're just staying out there, not moving up, moving further in, which is telling me the water's just a little tad too cold for them. They are warm water fish, so. And I got about 5 minutes left of me, and I got to go home and put a piece of cod in my belly. Big carp in Hungary, I bet. I wish I could go carp fishing with you guys. Tell you the truth, we'd have a good time, I'll tell you that. I bet you could show me some tips on getting a big carp, huh? Please like, subscribe, man. I want more carp fishermen in my room on my channel, okay? So I can get tips off you, so we can learn from each other, so we can just converse. People from different nations, you know? It's good to converse and realize that we're all just the same people. And that, it's the governments that we have sometimes that are filthy and corrupt. Please, I invite you, I implore you. Please like, subscribe, pass the word around. Come on, Mr. Carp, you got 5 more minutes. I'll squeeze in another show in a couple days, probably, but it might not be till Sunday. And I don't know if I'll go to my trout pond or if I'm going to come here. If it's really warm, I might come here again because the carp will be biting then. Okay, we're getting green here. We're charging, the phone's charging. If I could get a bite, maybe I'd stay around here another half hour. On Lake Euro Aqua. That's a cool name for a lake. I'll have to look that up on my computer when I get home. 47 kilogram, huh? Yeah, I'm used to pounds, but I think a kilogram is a little bit more than a pound. I'll tell you that. So 47-pound fish is nothing. I mean, it's just hair raising. You're probably talking about 60 or 70, which is a fish that, oh, it's a battle. I would love to see somebody put, I don't even have to catch one that big. I'd love to see somebody pulling one in. It would be hair raising, to say the least. And your forearms and your arms would probably be hurting a little after you get that in. Right? You know it. Congratulations, my man. Congratulations. Well, I gave it a good go today. I seasoned the water. There's still bread floating around out in that water. You can see the pieces. We got some on the bottom. We got the corn juice out in the water. We got paprika and cornmeal out in the water. We seasoned that water bloody well. It's just they never showed up for the party. A couple swirls going around out there, but no jumpers. Maybe a jumper every 15, 20 minutes. They're just not as active in cold water, these carp. Euro Aqua. I'm going to look that up. A 70-pound, 47 kilograms, like I said, is a kilogram is heavier than a pound. 7.80 pounds. That is just incredible. A 70-pound carp he caught in Hungary. 70-pound carp. That's crazy. That's a huge fish. I'd be happy with 50 or 30. Yeah, that's incredible, mate. Yeah, there's some coming up. Where's that? This side? Yeah. Yeah, he's coming up over there by that wood pile. Maybe they're moving up a little. Something came up and took some of that bread too. Yeah, maybe I'll stay an extra half hour. This water's got to warm up a little, you know? That says to me it could be an afternoon bite. I like getting out in the morning though. It's only going to get better. It may take a week or two, but it's going to get better. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my room. We're here in Rochester, Minnesota. Yeah, I'm going to search the Your Aqua Lake in Hungary to know exactly, and I want you, we will look up the record at that lake. Oh, I can't even imagine. It would be like a dream that they go to some place like that and pull fish like that in. So what pound test are you using to pull on a 70-pound fish? It's so great to be speaking with people all over the world. Makes me feel very good. We all got fishing in common, no matter what country we were from. The dragonfly. That's my friend's handle. Look him up. That's a cool insect, the dragonfly. Come on, carp. It's time to bite. I'm getting a little impatient here. I think I might give another half hour. Maybe the water, I keep on saying, I was going to leave just 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. Now I'm thinking the water's going to warm up and they're going to start biting. And I'm not going to be fishing for the next 2 days probably, so I'm going to give it another half hour and we'll see what happens. Oh, he got a bite there. Yeah, I bet. It's, yeah, of course there are. Yeah. They spawn like you know where that trash can is, half mile down here? And you walk into the trees with a big rock right on that point. You see them spawning all over there. And then it'll be about a month before they start spawning. But they're making their way. Yeah, that little bass or something coming up over there. Yeah, I've seen people catching carp on this side. Suckerfish, red horse, crappie bass. Have I? During the spring, where that point is that I told you, I mean, I've had a, I've caught like channel cat, bullheads, but when you get the bullheads and they start to spawn, you're going to get 10 to 20 of them. Just put a night crawler on, like a half a night crawler, throw it off to the bottom, and you don't even have to throw it but 5, 6 feet out, and boom, one after another, you're going to pull them out. A lot of bullheads. Every now and then, you're going to get a channel cat. I think the biggest I got out of there was 12. There you go. Oh, the bugger's trying to steal you. Speaking of catfish, the European friends, what kind of catfish you getting out there? I forget the name of those catfish you got in Europe. Boy, what are they? Dream country, yeah. I don't know. We got a bad leader right now. It ain't no dream. We got a bad leader. But other than that, yeah, it is a nice place to visit. Very welcoming. Now it seems like we got white supremacy going on in the freaking country with the president now. And he's a blooming idiot, a buffoon. Whales, that's it, the whales. Whales catfish. Yeah, Wells catfish get huge. That's that European catfish. They get huge. Have you ever caught one? My name is Bass and Hat. Oh, there was a big girl out there. Because usually most of the bass I catch are no bigger than my hat. But to tell you the truth, I caught a smallmouth bass about 4.5 pounds. They're jumping out like marlin out there. You see them? See them by that tree? They're jumping out like marlin. I'm going to zoom in. Now water's warming up. Maybe I'm on this one. They're jumping out of that water like marlin, like a mud marlin. Yeah, I'll stay for the full next half hour, which is about 24 minutes right now. And we'll see if one of these carp are going to take my corn or try to take it. The Wells catfish, yes, sir. Well, it's a beautiful day out here, though. There's another big jumper. You see him over there? They are jumping all over. I think I may be getting a hit soon. There's another bass that jumped. We got 3 fish in 5 minutes jumping now. That water temperature is starting to dial in. The water temperature's down in. The fish are coming up and they're coming up and calling me corn pop. Hey, corn pop. Well, I got the water pretty well seasoned. I ain't gonna overfeed them. I'm just gonna wait for the bite. We giving them 24 more minutes and we'll pack up. There's another one. Come back up over there. Man, the fish are coming up all over the place. This happens usually between 10 and 12. Now it's happening at 12:30. It's all about the water temperatures. Being in the right place at the right time. I was going to leave 5 minutes ago, but I'm going to stick around for a half hour, see if they're going to bite or not. So, how big of a Wells catfish have you gotten out there? I know your carp was 70 pounds. How big of a Wells cat? Come on and tell me. There's another bluegill with my friend over here. At least somebody's catching. Thank you for the show. Someone's got to put on the show, and it ain't me today. There we go. Good job. Now the water's warming up, and the fish are really starting to bite. So I'm going to stick around for the next 20 minutes at least and see if we pull something out of here. The fish are jumping all over. And there goes my bird taking the bread out of the water. The fish ain't taking it, so the birds are. There's a swirl out there by the warm water, the low water out there. Just wondering if they're going to move up or not. I got plenty of bait today. You know, if I'm hungry, I might as well just eat some of this bread. I could stay here and don't have to worry about being hungry. What am I thinking? Just have a slice of bread. That'll hold me over. And I got water. I got bread. We'll eat the white bread. Hello, Steve Morgan. Welcome to the room. Well, walleye opener opens next week. So most people ain't fishing walleye right now. But by next week, everybody and their mother will be. That's Minnesota Gold, the walleye fish. Oh, you want to switch countries, do you? It's fun. Want to come to the United States and I'll go to your country and fish their 70-pound carp? That sounds like a deal. We'll do like a student exchange. You can stay here for 6 months. I don't know if my wife will like it, but and I'll stay at your house for 6 months. Never been to Europe. I would love to go out there. Okay, my lunch is 4 pieces of bread. You know, my battery's charging, I hope. Yeah, I thought I was going to have a cod sandwich for lunch, but it looks like I'm just having the bread, no cod. Found a half loaf of bread the other day down here when I was fishing. So I brought it back with me to use as bait. I didn't know it was going to be lunch. You make do what you got. You see them jumping out there by that tree? They're a little far out for you to see, but there we go again. They're out there jumping left and right by that tree out there. Watch them. You're going to see them. I'm going to zoom in as much as I can, and you're going to see them jump out of the water out there. Come on, jump for now. This is why I do the iPhone 14 instead of a GoPro. It's because you zoom in and out. I like that feature better. It's more versatile, too. Don't have to download all the files and stuff like that, and then edit and upload and download and upload, sideways load. Now they're not going to jump. Thinking it must be a little warm out there by that big tree, but there's too many branches and thickets out there for me to be fishing there. But right now, that's where they're hanging out. All the way out by that tree. They ain't going to jump for me again, huh? It's like a painting out there. Okay, let's zoom back out. I can't believe I haven't gotten a bite, even a turtle bite. The other day I was down here, the turtle was up front stealing all my corn. He must have just came out of hibernation and he needed a belly full too. We got people from Hungary. We got people from Romania. Look at the cute little duckies. We got cute little baby duckies swimming by. Look at them. They just must have been born. Okay, maybe I should throw some bread out there for them. They're moving so quick, I don't think they're gonna get to it, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, got a piece of it. They're cleaning up out there. Yeah, the ducks are out there cleaning up the bread I put in there. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Well, shout out to all the people from Hungary, from Romania. Welcome to my channel. It's nice having you brother fishermen in my channel. Here comes the duckies. They're coming up closer. They're cleaning up that bread I threw out there for bait. And no more carp jumping around. I thought the water was getting warmer. Maybe they were going to bite. I'm still waiting for my bite. There's one. There's a jumper over there. The big old swirl over there. That's a very low part of the pond where they're jumping out of. Where's everybody from today? There's another jumper. It's packed with carp. They're just not feeding. Water might be a little too chilly for them to feed. All right, Magoo. Thank you for moderating, Magoo. Didn't. We'll see you later. I'm going to give this about 15 more minutes, and I'm probably going to go eat something, go home. I don't know, unless they start biting. Thank you for showing up, Magoo. There's another big one jumped out there. The mud marlins jumping all around, just not biting. They're in the low part of the water. Damn, I wish they would jump on my hook. Yeah, it was a big one. That was a big girl. Did you see that? That was a big girl. That's what the one I want. They got my net. Come on, big girl. There's another one, big one, splashing out there. They're splashing all over out far enough. Okay, it's 12:51. We're going to give it about 9 more minutes. But I can't thank you enough, all you people that showed up on my channel. Look at all the baby ducklings there. I can't thank you enough for stopping in my channel, saying hi, telling me where you're from. Romania, Hungary, yes sir, France. Thank you everybody. Love yous all. No matter what country you're from, love yous all. Fishermen all around speak the same language. It's all about the fish, being cordial. Maybe I'll leave you with some wildlife here. Come on, are we gonna take me or not? The wind's pushing in my face. I wish it would push a fish up in on my hook though. We got about a 5-6 mile per hour wind. All right, I think I'm going to sign out, gear up. We did 2 hours down here. If I catch anything, I'll post it on my short videos. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for showing up today. Appreciate y'all. And please, if you like what you're seeing, I didn't catch any fish today, but I'm going to sooner or later. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe, like, comment, and have yourself a wonderful weekend, a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Love yous all. Good day.